All right. How you doing, Don?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Doing well. Just still waking up. um. Okay. So you wanted me to review this game because we went over some stuff for you in your review, and now we're just kind of doing a checkup. We did a checkup off stream, and I think it went pretty well. Um.
Yes. Yeah.
So you wanted me to review this one. Tell me a little bit about this game.
So this game, um, it was my second comp game on today. Um, of course, after warming up and whatnot, I decided to hop on. And while I was playing, I tried to keep in mind the two basic principles that you had talked with me about in our first video and in the offline peer review that we did.
Okay.
Um, so I was really trying to play safe angles, and I was trying to be aware of my cooldowns. Now, I do know that there are a few instances here where I get a little bit sloppy, but overall, like on average for this game, I feel like I held pretty solid to those two core principles.
Okay.
Um, this game does end up as a loss, but the my teammates in comms um, they were mentioning a lot that we were failing because the Genji for whatever reason.
Okay.
Um, we all had the DPS had about 20 plus elims, while our Genji only had 14 elims. I thought they were doing okay, other than for the Pharah pick, because they weren't really helping out with that.
Right.
But um, it was up until the very last bit where they switched over to Bastion. But I wanted to know whether or not there was something here that I could have personally done that would have turned the tides, or if it was just a situation where it was just out of my hands.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's fine. We can review this, and then yeah, we'll just kind of see what happens. But what do you think that your positioning should be like based off the enemy comp? Right, we're team blue this time, so if we're looking at the enemy
Yes.
comp right now, how do we think we should position? So like with Reinhardt, what do you think?
So I like to position really far back, especially against this team comp, because they don't really have anybody that can rush me down.
Right.
Plus, this map really favors snipers because at least at the mid range, there's a lot of distance there. So
Yeah.
uh, this map kind of plays to Ana's strengths. So I really try to play around that as well.
Yeah, and then the only thing I'm like more concerned about is just Sojourn because she can just snipe you from a good distance, but as long as you're positioning well behind cover, we should be okay. So we'll just get kind of jumping right into it. So what was that T-pose in Genji? Um,
Hey, you got a good eye. I didn't even see that.
so yeah, and so what do we think about positioning here?
I feel like this is really solid positioning because if I absolutely need to, I can just move to my right and I'm completely safe.
Right. Yeah, and then you got a good view of the team. So, and you're not too close. The thing I don't want to see is you be right in front of this guy's hammer because he's kind of scary, but
Right.
we're not. So I think we're doing fine here. We are kind of we kind of just walked out a little bit, just for a little bit.
Yeah.
Luckily you're next to a cover, but yeah, we'll see what happens. I think you should be okay here.
Really unfortunate. I missed both of my util on the Sojourn,
Yeah,
but the Genji comes to my rescue here.
well, I think the sleep was good because there's intention there, and she is in your space, and she's also shooting what? Who's that? Your soldier?
I think that's my Mercy. Oh, okay, yeah, the soldier there.
He did die, but that's fine. So I
Yeah.
think I think that was a good sleep. It looks like you did hit your nade on. your Sigma.
I was actually aiming for the Sojourn for that nade, believe it or not.
Yeah, that
So I mean, like,
honestly
I'm
probably
glad
would
I
have been
could help
good.
my Sigma out there, but I was really aiming for the Sojourn.
Yeah,
So
so maybe just yeah, I think the intention of the cooldown was good. Maybe we would just do some work on the actual mechanics of it, but those will just come with time, so I'm not too concerned about that.
yeah,
Just back in, yeah, that's just okay. So, hmm,
I think I might have been able to use nade there to have saved myself, though I didn't expect to die that quickly.
yeah, well, the team fight was lost anyway, right? Because we're
Yeah,
down, so it's not bad to reset. I'm trying to think of what we could have done better here. I think maybe we could have had a little bit more value if we positioned just here.
yeah,
Only just because no, I don't mind this positioning, and it's a very defensive position. But if we can, we position defensively and offensively, right? And
right,
so we can position in a position where we can see our team and the enemy team. So, because
true,
here, it's yes, you're getting heal value, but as you go up in the ranks, right, you're going to be wanting more value with your cooldowns. So I think maybe the only thing we could have done different here is position here and then be able to hit some more nades, right?
true.
And then Sojourn kind of just walked up for free, but we're also playing Sig into Ryan, but it's okay. That's not something we can control.
The Sig does change to, I believe, Orisa, like, almost immediately, so,
Okay. But
yeah.
yeah, that's the only thing I think we could have done a little bit different on our end, because I think you played okay. You weren't
Okay.
feeding, you weren't making any mistakes.
The enemy moves. We must stop them.
You see that?
Yes.
Yeah, so imagine we come a little bit further. We come here. It's a little bit more of aggressive play, but maybe it works. We hit a nade,
Yeah, I could see that, for
right?
sure.
We're positioned well because we're not getting hit. We're doing good healing, but what I think might have been a game changer, at least from just the one fight that I've seen so far, is a little bit more value with your anti-nades, but we'll see how the game goes. Our tank's down. Genji against Farah, and he wins. Nice.
Yeah.
So now we're up one, I believe. Or yeah, no, we're even. Nice. Okay, this.
At this point, I didn't realize that the Moira was on the enemy team. Like, I was just kind of like, oh, that's a Moira. It didn't really click in my brain, like,
Right.
when I was playing, that's an
Yeah.
enemy Moira. But when it clicked, I was like, oh, wait, I should probably get back.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, Rhine being there. I know that Rhine's my enemy.
Right.
So, I got really aggressive positioning there, but luckily,
Yeah.
nothing really happens.
Yeah. So we definitely want to be a little bit more aware. But we'll let that slide. But you definitely did get out of a situation that you shouldn't have. Um, luckily for this game specifically, and what we're kind of looking at is what we could have done differently to actually impact the game. Luckily for you, that it's okay. You didn't get punished for it. So. Oh, maybe you do. Oh, okay. No, you don't.
Yeah.
That's good though. That was a good nade. I like that you saved yourself too, and then you were able to. Your team was there to follow up, which was good. Okay, this is just unfortunate. Your team is very split. It's kind of hard to because you're trying to heal someone back here, you're trying to heal someone over here, and you're trying to heal someone over here, right? That's just kind of
Yeah.
unfortunate. It'd be nice to see a little bit more team play. Possibly you could have focused a little bit more heals there, but I don't think what you did was wrong. So I think we're okay here. Oh, I'm missing things. My bad. I'm expecting team fights to happen, but everything is just kind of going on. That's a good sleep.
Thank you.
Perfect.
I appreciate it.
And don't nano here. Okay. I'm assuming you hear the footsteps.
Yeah, I can. That's why I was like trying to loom
Kind of
over
look
that
around.
high ground. I'm like, where are they?
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Okay, that's good. I'm glad because you were in front. I'm glad that you let them push up first.
My ultimate is ready.
See where we position here. Yeah, our position's good here. Oh, where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? All right, what's wrong with this picture?
I'm out in the open again.
Right. And you may be thinking, oh well, no one can see me, right? Well, Farrah can.
Yeah.
No, Farrah just died, but you get my point.
Yeah, I'm quite lucky here. Yeah.
I think it's fine, right? It's not like you don't need to be playing perfect.
Get in there.
Okay, so what I would have wanted to see here now, luckily you kill. Well, okay, you kill him, so I'm not too worried about it. I'd prefer to see a nade here than a sleep.
Really.
Yeah, because I mean, well, she's
I mean, like, I
nanoed,
can understand because you heal our tank and then you damage their tank.
right?
But, I mean, I would have assumed the sleep would have been a little bit better because everybody's right there. But
Well, I mean, I think sleep's fine too, but nade you get more value with it. One,
Okay.
you're hitting both enemy and teammate, which is always a beautiful nade to hit. But
that's
also,
true.
she's nanoed. Yes, she's getting pinned, but she's not gonna die. And just to secure the kill, because even if you sleep them, imagine if their supports are actually focused and they're
Right.
healing. Remember, like when two supports are healing this tank, they stay alive a long time.
That's true.
And so what I want to see is nade, but that is not. I mean you guys kill him, right? So, and you slept your Arissa, which is great.
Yeah.
And then we did kind of waste nade there.
Didn't I hit somebody else?
You hit your Arissa, but your Arissa had like maybe you did hit.
Keep them in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you hit
Yeah,
Arissa,
I thought I hit Arissa and someone else there, but
but
yeah,
he
you're
did that. I mean, I get your intention is to kill, so I don't mind that. But what I want to see is well,
nade first.
Right.
In the pin situation, at least.
yeah. I mean, if they're gonna die from the pin, then yes, sleep it, right? But
Yeah. But if that's gonna happen, I would try to sleep during pin.
right, not after.
Yeah.
But I think you're doing fine. I don't think there's any like massive mistakes. It's like, yeah, it was maybe you didn't need the cooldown, but you also didn't need it in the next 8 seconds, whatever the
Yeah.
cooldown is. So what I'm gonna be really looking for is really massive mistakes, right?
Yeah.
It's a good sleep.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, unfortunately, yeah. So, what happens here? So, remember that big symmetrical wall line I was telling you about?
Yes.
Well, if we see our Arissa get pinned back, and I know Farrah came towards you, but if we see our Arissa get pinned back, what I don't want to see is I don't want to see you walking deeper, right? Because
That's true.
you know that you're taking up space. So what I want to see is you walk back. I don't think I'm gonna fault you for this, but
You need this.
it'd be better if you instead of walking that way, you walk back, right?
Yeah.
But then again, I'm not gonna fault you for your Arissa getting pinned across the map and stuff. So
My direct thought process there was get behind cover.
Not the end.
So I feel like that was more of a lose-lose situation.
yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I'm not seeing any direct mistakes. I mean, there might be more like macro play that we could do, right?
Yeah.
But from your like positioning in terms of like positioning cooldowns, I'm not seeing too many mistakes.
No one can save you,
Yep.
Angela.
unfortunately, Orisa runs into a trap.
Step one. I'd hate to be the doctor who has to fix that. Escorting the robot.
My ultimate is ready.
ازيك؟
I'm just gonna look over this again real quick.
There's something here that you didn't like.
Just gonna watch.
Step one.
No, I think you're fine.
I'd hate
I really wanted to get that kill out as fast as possible because I saw the Kiriko there, and I didn't want her to Suzu the Rhine.
Yeah, no, I
Have him
think
get away.
I think that's fine. It was more of the you drop from high ground, which I don't really want to see. But because you guys were already winning the fight and you could secure the kill pretty easy, it's not that bad. I want to see the kill. Nice. I like the pop shots. I like the damage. Is good.
Yeah, I've been trying to focus, you know, on top of healing the Pharah.
That was a good nade.
Thank you.
Horus watches over you.
Okay, Junk gives away his position.
Let us move the barricade.
Okay, that's good. What I was concerned is that I was gonna see you go duel a Junkrat, right?
No, no. I was watching our Mercy like think about entering that room, and I was like, I really don't want to see her go in there.
Perfect.
So I'm really happy that she didn't go in there.
Yeah.
And I wasn't gonna go in there after her if she did.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's good, but what I want to see is, well, I guess your mercies with him, but I do want to look. Your whole team is going back, and well,
Our whole team's kind of spread out.
yeah,
But it is also before team fight, and we're gonna stagger the Junk. I'm pretty sure, because I'm pretty sure he dies here.
okay.
But
Because I originally I thought it was just like Mercy Ash. I was gonna say you can go help him, like as long as there's teammates there, it's like it's okay. Still play it safe because you don't want to get picked off, but make sure you are go helping them, even if it means that they're doing something stupid. Because sometimes you have stupid teammates. You just got to play with them.
Yeah.
Right? Like I said, 5 people doing something stupid is a strategy. Where one person doing something stupid, they're just feeding.
Yep.
Welcome to Overwatch. I can see you thinking a little bit more about like positioning. At least that's kind of what I'm getting.
I thought that hiding in here would be kind of smart, because not a bunch of people really check in here. And it still allows me to be kind of close to the fight while not really being a target.
Yeah. The only problem I have just being in there is like how much of the fight can you actually see? Right.
Not a ton.
Right.
But just being down there is kind of rough. I mean, like, look at my positioning now.
Yeah.
I'm not in great position.
Yeah, this isn't really hard. Like, honestly, if you're really playing team play, your team should be backing up, fighting in mid again. But if you're gonna,
we need to push forward because we're behind.
yeah, but the proper way to play push, and this is what a lot of people don't understand, and you'll see this actually happen in pro play, is essentially what you want to do is you want to push the card as much as you can, and then as soon as you see the enemy team comp or the enemy team come at you, right? This is a terrible situation for you to fight in because they have high ground, you don't. Look at their positioning that they can take on you. So what you want to do is you want to, as a team, this is like if we're ever 5 stacking or anything like that, we want to back up, basically push it as far as we can, back up, take a fight in mid. We win the fight, and then we push the bot up again because the bot's fast because it doesn't have to push the barricade. And so you get percentage like that. And then it works really well. But what happens is a lot of teams will take a fight here when they shouldn't.
Right.
Because they have the disadvantage. And you just said it yourself. Look at your positioning.
Yeah, it's not good positioning. Like, the most cover I have is the bot itself.
Right.
And then, like, maybe going around into that tunnel. But that's it.
Right. And like, you could play here, but even here, it's going to be hard to see your teammates.
Right.
You can't really rotate to high ground, because you're probably going to get shot doing that. So it's like, it's a hard point to fight. But in terms of, like, where you're at, I think, I mean, what else are you supposed to do?
Right. It's
'Cause
again.
you
It's a
could
lose-lose
rotate
situation.
way this way, I think it is. But
That would
that's a
take
long rotate.
forever.
Right.
Asana.
Unless you're anticipating bot to be there, right? Then you
Right.
could rotate. But I think for now you're doing fine. Just keep your Genji alive.
Yeah, we somehow get out of that on top. I'm pretty sure,
That should be fine.
or at least alive.
Yeah, and this death is just more of a, you already know you lost a team fight because we're like, let's see, we got 3 here, we got 2 there,
Yeah.
right? So I think having a little bit more like awareness of the kill cam, and maybe you're trying to get your teammates out, that's fine, but you also have to understand that when you're down 2, you lost.
Yeah.
Maybe if you invest some pretty heavy ultimates, you could win, but what I wanted to see is when you lose 2 teammates, you just start backing. Especially in a game mode like this, right? When you
Yeah.
need to regroup.
That makes sense.
What the heck happened? So, let's see, where do we lose? So Orisa goes in. Bob goes in. How does Orisa die here? Junk tire. Boom. Okay. 2 down, we leave. And what we can do, just walk right out these doors.
True.
Right?
True.
Push is it's a really weird game mode. So, it's a fun game mode, but it can be difficult, right? And so,
Yeah.
the thing with push is you want to be grouping as basically as fast as you can. Because if you don't, the staggering gets real. But I understand your thought process. I think what we want to do is just, we see 2 down, let's just get out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I don't think that I don't think you're not feeding, you're not like blowing your cooldowns like crazy. I mean, there's probably a couple here and there that we could have fixed a little bit better, but
Here, I think I tried to sleep the Rhyme, but he has his shield up.
yes, like that one.
End up wasting sleep,
Yeah.
which could have saved me.
And another thing is, like, I always want to see you behind your teammates. So even if you are trying to get them out, you should be back in this way, right? You should always
Yeah.
be behind them, right? And we kind of got stuck in this room, but we had a chance to like start backing when we saw our Genji backing, and so that's just another like minor thing. Having sleep here would have been helpful. You could have slept Reaper, but I think you're dead anyway. So,
Yeah.
and then look what happens. This is what happens in this game mode. Look at your team. They're taking a fight without you.
Yeah.
And we're investing alts. We're investing alts in a fight that we already lost. Right? We're down 2. We're fighting a 3v5. It's just not a good situation.
Yeah.
So, I think your positioning's been fine. Pushes, like, it can be rough to position on. But your positioning's fine. Your cooldown usage is fine. You're doing good damage. You're keeping your... Hopefully you keep this Genji alive. You're keeping your team alive. So I think you're, like, for your fundamentals, you're playing fine. Maybe we didn't need sleep there. That's not a bad play.
Yeah, the funny thing is that the May actually texted in chat like, "Good shots, Anna." So that made my day.
Nice. Yeah, it's not bad. I don't think that we needed sleep right here, just because there's a Moira right here.
Yeah.
And I mean, maybe you nade her, maybe you get a kill. Maybe it works out. But I do like you nading and going for this kill. The only thing is what's happening here is we're getting really aggressive. Mercy can't keep up with heals.
Right.
Right, she's really good at, like, her single healing output is crazy, and she can save a lot of team fights with her ult. She's pretty strong right now from what I'm hearing. But if you do realize, hey, I have a Mercy for heals, maybe I should be looking at my tank a little bit more. Maybe I should keep keeping them up, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because
If she had Val, could be a different story.
Also, hey, yeah, if she had Valk,
I
it,
just wasn't sorry.
oh, it's all good.
Yeah, guest appearance. How you doing, man?
I'm not too bad. How about yourself? I gotta work later today, so I'm just chilling for now.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, we're
Um,
doing a VOD review for my Ana gameplay.
yeah, just doing a checkup for him.
Nice.
He had a game that he wanted to know if he could have done much more. But yeah, we could be looking at our tank there just because if you're thinking about your team comp, remember that you just got to keep in mind of who your other support is. Because let's say you have a
Right.
Zen, let's say you have a Lucio, right? They're not going to be able to keep heals. That means your main job is going to be keeping up with those heals, right? You still want to be getting your utility out. You still want to be getting damage out. But you got to be a little bit more focused on, hey, where is my tank? He's pushing around the corner. I like to kill in May, but yeah, just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
And then we die to Blossom. Yeah.
No, I was kind of upset that they didn't kill the Reaper there, because I slept him, and the Genji was there, and the Mercy was there. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Like, I was kind of upset they didn't kill, but...
It looks like your Genji
that's
prioritized
okay.
getting out, which is actually not that bad, just because you guys already lost a team fight. Even a kill on a Reaper, yeah, it staggers, but a good group is good. And then what do we think about our positioning here?
I don't think it's terrible. I think I could potentially move up to the little stone bricks off to the right, like in front of me.
Like right here?
Yeah, yeah. I think that could work for a more defensive position, but I think where I'm at, I can still kind of see the enemy tank.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think
Just
it's. I
barely?
think it's good positioning. I don't think it's bad. Unfortunately, your Orisa's running, doing
Bad
crazy stuff.
positioning.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that's really good positioning. We're getting a little, yeah. That's a good sleep.
I was really lucky that the Reaper didn't come out of that room to chase me down.
Yeah.
'Cause if he did, I think I would have died.
Yep. And this again is one of those situations where we lose a person, right? We saw us lose our Orisa back here.
Yeah.
Right? We should not be pushing.
Right.
Just because what happens is we lose, and yeah, we get cut off by a Mei, which is not good. That's just because they have better map control, as you can see. Oh, Mei, we already killed Mei, that's right. But Mei,
Yeah.
they have better map control, as you can tell, because they're coming up from the sides, which is really good. But we're down. We're fighting a, what is this?
I think it's
3v4.
A 3v4, yeah. Or we're down 2 actually now because we have Ash is dead.
yeah,
so yeah,
it's
3v4, yeah, yeah.
3v4.
So
Yeah.
and then I know it's annoying and it's frustrating. You want to help, but unless we're investing ult in this, back, right? And I if I saw you invest in ult in this, I'd probably say it's not a good ult. But we should not be pushing because what's happening is we're
Yeah,
down.
I would not invest in ult in this situation.
Yeah, that's good. But look, we see,
Like,
yeah. So
And
I
it's
think.
too late.
Yeah, it's just too late. And what could have happened is we back up and look, Orisa's back. There comes our Ash, right? And then possibly we take another fight.
right.
Right? This might be, I mean, honestly, this might just be an L, but there are a few minor things that I'm seeing that you could do. Mostly it just has to do with awareness of your kill feed and your team fighting, right?
Right.
Like I said, push is pretty difficult, but in terms of your positioning, I think it's fine. Except for obviously right here.
Right.
But if we had stayed alive, we could have impacted this fight a little bit more. Luckily, we have a fast spawn though. And then positioning here, not good. You almost died to a Reaper ult, and that would have been due to bad positioning.
Okay.
Because if that Orisa wasn't there to push you out, you would have died. Right?
True.
But if we position here, we wouldn't.
Next time, say please.
But push is kind of hard because you are, you're moving quite a bit because you got to be pushing, obviously.
way.
So yeah, right. Imagine you have to push and the game would push.
I'll have to actually play the game. Also, that Moira orb has been there for like half the match.
What more orb?
Yeah.
Oh, this? Yeah,
Oh.
that's probably a replay view bug. And then this is again. Remember, we have Mercy heals. We should be looking at our tank. Now, what happened to our tank? Yeah. You can see her, right? And yet we're looking at a Bastion. And what happened here is right, we know Mercy's next to us.
Right.
And so what we should be thinking about, I talked about this in your first review, very briefly, but what we should be thinking about is who can we predict is gonna take the most damage, right? If we're looking at the situation, who's gonna take the most damage?
The tank.
Yeah. Right now, probably not, but we can expect her to be pushing,
Right.
right? Just because that's what she does. um. And so, look, how much health does Bastion have?
Full.
And what are we doing?
Healing bash. Damn
Right.
it.
Right, we're healing Bastion. And who is Bastion connected to?
Mercy.
Right. Who's taking damage?
Carissa.
Okay, so who should we be looking at?
Carissa.
Right.
Now, I will be honest. I thought that the Bastion was inside the May ult.
That
And
okay.
I directly could see the Bastion. When I hopped back away, I lost sight of Orisa.
Right, okay.
And she was really deep in, so I thought she was a lost cause, like, from the start of that May ult.
So like right here,
Yeah, I thought that
because you
as
can
soon
see
as
that she's here.
happened, I thought that our Orisa was a lost cause, which is why I specifically looked at Bastion, because I know that with the positioning of the team and the positioning of the Bastion, I don't think that Mercy healing would have been enough to keep the Bastion alive had he been frozen.
Right. Well, I think this is a situation that you don't scope in, because if you don't scope in, you can see more.
That's true.
And so one thing I've learned playing support a lot is that as support, you are basically constantly collecting information. And so like what you'll see like when I'm playing a lot is I'll be constantly like I'll be looking at my team and then I'll be turning around, right? I'll be okay, is there anyone behind me? Is there anyone that needs healing behind me? Is there anyone that needs to be shot behind me? And then I'll quickly look ahead. I'm like constantly scanning the room. And it's kind of hard as Anna when you're scoped, right? And
Right.
so what you could be doing is quick scoping this Bastion until you see him get low. But ideally, we should not be healing him. He's at full health.
Right.
So, do you have the setting on that shows you your team?
Team health bars?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
So yeah. So again, I think the only thing that I've noticed in this entire game is just kind of your awareness of what's going on. I want to see you have a little bit more of awareness. I think that your positioning was fine for the majority of the match, so I'm not going to really bother about that. But I definitely think you should have a little bit more awareness because we're taking team fights that we shouldn't be taking. We're not backing when we should be backing, right? And when should we be backing?
When you are down in men and have not invested ults in
Right.
the fight.
And I would say obviously it's situational, but like for a general rule of thumb, if you're down 2, don't invest in ult.
Right.
If it's like a 3v5, maybe if it's a 3v4, maybe depending on the ult combination. Like if you had Genji Blade, maybe if something big, sure. But for the most part, yeah, I want to see you have a little bit more awareness. So because we should be looking at our tank here.
Right.
So
Can you do me a favor? Can you go back before the May through her ult?
yes,
Because there's a time where you see May and who's their tank? Ryan right there. If
Yep.
you throw a nade right there, that
Yes.
pushes those two back, and then you guys have some more room to push.
Enemy seen.
That's true.
right, and like yeah. So that's a good point.
And that they pull Suzu out, and then your Orisa ults, and then they don't have Suzu for her ult, or you push them back, and you guys keep pushing up a little further.
Yeah, that's a very very good point. So like that is another way that we could be adding impact.
Yeah, that makes sense for sure.
But I think in terms of the checkup, because we were looking just to see if you made any like massive mistakes. This nade play that we could have made is, yeah, it's a
An
really
improvement.
solid
It's not
play,
a
but it's not
must.
like it's not like a huge major mistake that we should be like too concerned about. But it definitely is. Hey, look, here's a free nade target, right?
Right.
But also, you know, before you nade, you should be thinking about, are you getting value? And I think Andy brings up a good point. Yeah, you could totally get value because you push her back, you push Ryan back, or you just get cooldowns like he set out. Maybe Moira throws her orb and something like that, right?
Right.
Is there anything that you think that you like? Anything you're seeing that you think that you could be doing better?
I mean, you're covering all the bases pretty much.
Okay. And then also, if we're following up on more nades, right? Look at this nade right there.
Yeah.
Now, I know we're looking at our team, so I don't blame you. This is the thing. Those are like small plays. I don't think you specifically did anything wrong, other than there just a couple things that you could have done better. Like I said, is awareness. But I think you
Right.
played fine. Honestly, it could be a lot of things. I think they had better map control. I think, yeah, it could be a lot of things. But we're more concerned about what you're doing. I think you're playing fine. Your positioning is definitely better. Your cooldown usage is definitely better. But have more awareness. And with awareness comes, hey, there's two people on the right side of that pillar, right, that I could be nading. Hey, there's my teammates just died. Maybe I should get out. Hey, there's someone behind me that needs heals, or someone in front of me that needs heals, right?
Right.
So yeah, I think you're good.
All right. Sweet. Thank you for doing this review for me.
Yeah, of course, man. I think like your play is getting better. Like definitely getting better.
Yeah,
So
that's good to hear.
I'm seeing improvement. And as you get better, the things that you need to improve on, like it's going to be less big things. It's going to be more just smaller things, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, just keep it up.
Sweet. Thank you.
Peace out, man.
Peace.